Come on guys, Fat Man Crick back for UFC 151 Jon Jones versus Dan Hendo / Hollywood / Old Man Henderson. Let's get down to it. Facebook card first. We got Noke versus Charlie Brenneman. I think Charlie Brenneman is going to take this probably via unanimous decision. I think his wrestling is going to be too good for Noke. I like Noke, but just doesn't look like it's his time at the moment. Next fight is a lightweight fight between Shane Roller and Jacob Volkmann. Jacob Volkmann coming off that loss to Paul Sass, triangle armbar, excuse me, in the first round. And Shane Roller coming off a win against John Alessio. I'm going to have to go with Volkmann. He's beaten the better opposition. Shane Roller's 1-3, so on a bit of a skid. Next fight is on the FX portion of the card. We got Daron Cruickshank. I think it's Cruickshank. Coming off the win against Chris Tickle. I believe this dude was in the Ultimate Fighter. Whatever one it was, I really don't care. Against Henry Martinez. Henry Martinez lost that split decision to Matt Riddle. That was at welterweight, and he's a natural 155 pounder, if not smaller than that. He last time out beat Bernardo Magalhães. Another split decision. I'm gonna go with Martinez. He is quite a durable fighter, and that's it. I don't really want to get too into the prelims. Tim Means, next fight up, lightweight bout, Tim Means versus Abel Trujillo. I'm going for Tim Means because the other dude doesn't have a Wikipedia account, so fuck him. Next fight is a bantamweight fight between Takeya. Why can I never say this dude's first name? Mizugaki, yeah. Versus Jeff Hougland, or Hougland, however they say it. Hougland's last time out lost to Yves Jabrin. He was on a 10-fight win streak, but beat no one of any name recognition at all. Mizugaki, on the other hand, his last, was it 2, 4, 6, like 10 fights, have been just trading wins for losses. Lost to Miguel Torres when he was hot shit back in the day at in WEC. Beat Jeff Curran. Lost to Jorgensen. Beat Ronnie Yaya. Lost to Faber. Beat Roberto Duran. Lost to Brian Bowles. Beat Carl Escovedo. Last time out, lost to Chris Casano. I'm going to give it to Mizugaki because Takeya. That's it. Takeya Mizugaki. I'm going to give it to Mizugaki purely because he's the better well-rounded fighter and has fought the better opposition, and he's a pretty decent fighter at bantamweight. Next fight, last on the FX portion of the card, is Michael Johnson versus Danny Castillo. Michael Johnson, last time out, beat Tony Ferguson, and before that, Shane Roller. His losses are to Paul Sass and Jonathan Brookens. Danny Castillo, I'm probably going to give it to Danny Castillo just by looking at his record, beating Joe Stevenson, Dustin Poirier, Ricardo Lamas, Rafael Diaz, Anthony Njokuani, Shamar Bailey. He's beaten a lot of decent guys. He's on a 3-fight win streak at the moment in the UFC. Yeah. Next fight is on the main portion of the card. We have a flyweight bout between John Lineker versus Yasuhiro Urushitani. No. Wow, I sound fucking retarded. Ashanti, whatever. Last time out, this is the dude that lost to Joseph Benavidez in the tournament thing, got knocked out. But he has beaten some of the best in the world at flyweight. He's beaten Mamori Yamamuchi, the dude with the afro, the Japanese dude with the afro. He's beaten John Dodson and a lot of other Japanese folk. John Lineker, Brazilian. Doesn't really sound like too much of a Brazilian name. Last time out, lost to Lewis Gildenot, who is a legitimate top 10 flyweight. Other than that, all his wins have come against Brazilians, / losses too, and no one of any name recognition there. So I'm going to have to go with my Japanese friend Yasuhiro on this. Don't know how he's going to take it. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it pans out. Next fight, Dennis Hallman, Thiago Tavares at lightweight. Dennis Hallman is coming off a win against Jon McDenzie at a catchweight, because I believe I can't remember who missed weight here, but someone missed weight. Before that, lost to Brian Ebersol, beat Carl Parisian, beat Ben Saunders, lost to John Howard. So a bit of an up and down career so far in the UFC. Then we got Thiago Tavares, who's been in the UFC now for about 8 years. Yeah, nearly. He's beaten some decent opposition, beaten Michihiro Migawa, he's beaten Manny Gamburian, he's beaten Sam Stout, Spencer Fisher. I think he's going to take this, because I don't really like Dennis Hallman. He clings on to those 2 wins that he had against Matt Hughes, those 2 like quick submission wins, like they was a pair of bollocks. So yeah, don't really like him anyway. So going for Thiago Tavares. The next fight is a featherweight bout between. This is pretty interesting. Dennis Silva versus Eddie Yagin. Eddie Yagin last time out, as we all know, beat Mark Hominick in a, I would say, a bit of an upset in a fight of the night, via split decision. Dennis Siver last time out beat Diego Nunes, and that was at his featherweight debut. So I think this is really a good stepping stone for both fighters to see where they actually are at this weight. I'm probably going to go for Dennis Siver, because he's going to be the bigger guy on the night for sure. He's probably going to be weighing in about 160, 165, if not maybe even a little bit more, because he was quite big at 155, quite muscly. So I'm going to go for Dennis Siver. I think he's going to knock him out, because Eddie Yagin does like to throw the punches. The co-main event of the evening, it was going to be Josh Koscheck versus Jake Ellenberger. Koscheck had to go out because I think some sort of injury or whatever the fuck it was. He had a back injury. Fuck him anyway. I really didn't want him to get this fight, because I don't think he deserves such a high profile fight. Because realistically, I don't ever want to see him fighting for the title again. I don't want to see him versus GSP 3, because it's 3 rather, because it's just going to be another boring ass fight. Jake Ellenberger now is taking on Hieron, who last time out lost to some random Brazilian dude called Romero da Silva, whatever. Last time out, lost to Ben Askren. That's his last loss. Before that, beat OK opposition in Rick Horn. Other than that, he beat JC T-Money Taylor, Jason High, and Joe Riggs. Brett Weidman. Yeah. Listen, this dude's famous for that cut he got on his head by Jonathan Goulet at UFC Ultimate Fight Night back in 2005. That's the only reason this guy's famous, so fuck him. I don't like him as a fighter. I think he's very boring. Jake Ellenberger always brings the fight, and I think Jake Ellenberger is going to knock him out. Hopefully in the first round, but it'll probably be in the second or something. A little bit on Jake Ellenberger. Last time out, lost to Martin Kampmann. I believe that, in my opinion, they fucked him. He deserved the title shot after beating Diego Sanchez, Jake Shields, Sean Pearson, John Howard, Mike Pyle, Carlos Roca, all in a 6-fight win streak. I think he deserved it. Plus his last 2 wins against Shields and Sanchez were both fight of the night and knockout of the night. He won 2 awards in both, one in each fight. So that, to me, I think he should have got that fight. Anyway, I'm going for Jake Ellenberger. Now, what you've all been waiting for is the main event of the evening. For the light heavyweight championship of the world, it is Johnny Bones, Nike Jones. Maybe you should change his name to Nike, that's probably what we'll do. I mean, all this Nike shit. Versus Dan, in my opinion, the greatest US mixed martial artist of all, fighter of all time. And in my opinion, if he beats Jon Jones in a week and a bit's time, he is also the greatest MMA fighter ever. Fuck Fedor Emelianenko. I'm not going to say fuck Randy because I've got much respect for Randy and much respect for Chuck and people like that, but you can't fuck with Hendo. If Hendo beats Jon Jones, he will be the only person to have won the light heavyweight championship in both Pride, UFC and Strikeforce. Also won the Pride Grand Prix, the middleweight Grand Prix. Was it middleweight Grand Prix or lightweight or whatever? He also won the middleweight title back there, beat Maria Bustamante back in the day. He's beaten everyone. In my opinion, also probably the best pound for pound because he's actually gone up and down. He's fought in 3 different weight classes. He's fought Nogueira at heavyweight. Got a win and a loss there. Has he got a win and a loss? Does he got? Let me check that. I can't remember if he beat him or if he lost both times. Yep, he beat Big Nog, split decision. That was 12 years ago. It doesn't fucking matter. He still beat him at heavyweight. Beat Gilbert Ivel. He's beaten Carlos Newton. He's beaten Ninja Hua, Henzo Gracie, Akihiro Soji, Maria Bustamante twice, Akihiro Gono, Rhea Chonan, Kazuka Masaki, Vanderlei Silva, Michael Bisping, Rich Franklin, Huzumapa Horace, Vitor Belfort, Fedor Emelianenko, Shogun Hua, Rafael Cavalcante, Renato Babalusa. Bro, he's beaten the best of the best that there is in heavyweight, light heavyweight, and middleweight. Yeah. The guy is unbelievable. All his losses, he's got 3 losses by submission, 5 by decision, never been TKO'd or KO'd, and I don't believe ever will be. Never will be. In my opinion, Jon Jones is at the moment one of the greatest fighters that there is out there at the moment. It's hard for me to pick Dan Henderson. If I'm going to be realistic and go with my head rather than my heart, my prediction and my pick is Jon Jones. If I'm going to go with my heart, I'm going with Dan Henderson, and hopefully he can do it. I'm really pulling for him to do this. I want to be wrong. I don't want my prediction of Jon Jones to be right. I really want it to be wrong, but unfortunately, I just don't think he's going to do it. Like I said, my heart says Hendo, my head says Jones. So my official pick is Jon Jones. I don't think he's going to be able to TKO him or finish him. I think it's going to go the decision. But I wouldn't be too surprised if Dan Henderson done it though on a decision. But there you go. The next UFC fight card will be the 22nd of December. Fuck me. 22nd of September. It's a pretty diabolical card with the headline of Benavidez versus Mighty Mouse, and the co-main is Bisping versus Stan. So all that good stuff. So I'll see you probably in a couple of weeks' time with another vid. But until then, guys, as always, enjoy the fights.